DivaDollFlawless. In today's video, I wanted to share with you all my absolute favorite paper. I find this to be one of the things that I simply just can't really craft without. It's just based off of the type of crafter that I am, and it's cardstock. Now, I do a lot of different mediums of crafting, I guess you could say. I was getting some things together and I said, you know what, let me just go ahead and share. So right here, I'm just showing you all some of my coffee dyed ephemera pieces, and I purchased these off of Etsy. I'll have to link the Etsy store below because currently right now it slipped my mind the name of the store, and I'm sure it'll come to me as I'm filming this, so if I just blurt it out, you'll know what I mean. But here are some of my coffee dyed ephemera pieces. These are all on cardstock paper, and I absolutely just love ephemera pieces. It's also one of my favorite things. Now, this is not coffee dyed, so this is a look at what the actual quality or print quality is, if you can see that. Okay, here's another one. This was not, was this coffee? No, this wasn't coffee dyed. It just has that nice vintage look to it. And this was not coffee dyed either. Okay, so see, as you can see, it prints so well. Some of the stuff I do have to double check and make sure whether or not it was coffee dyed. So those are an example of some of the things I've done. I did recently show you all this tag, but again, this yellow paper was fully printed out of my printer onto the paper. I made these flowers out of this printed paper, and I love a nice thick cardstock. Now, a lot of us are very familiar with the Georgia Pacific premium cardstock paper from Walmart. I believe this runs like $5, and it is, just in case if you want to screenshot this, it is 110-pound weight. Its brightness is 92. You get 150 sheets, and it is the 8.5 by 11. Now, again, you can get this from Walmart. This is awesome copy paper, cardstock paper. You can print, you can make cards out of this. You can do anything that you want out of it. But that's not my cardstock paper that I tend to use. I really just have that as a backup. I use the Neenah Exact Index Premium cardstock paper, and this too is 110-pound weight. The brightness on this is 94, but you also get 275 sheets, and this is a smooth finish. It's super heavyweight, and you can put this in laser, inkjet, or copier as well as the Georgia Pacific. So it's really up to you which one you prefer, but I just feel like this is my everything. I purchased this from Sam's Club, so if you have a Sam's Club membership, this runs me, I want to say $8 if I'm not mistaken, but I've actually found packs of this on clearance at times that have been, I want to say maybe like $7 or so, or $6 even, and even I found it on clearance for $5. So I don't know if it's maybe while they're stocking or what. If it's never like open or missing sheets, but it'll just have like a clearance sticker on it, but they always have it in stock. And again, you're going to pay about $8 for this, and it's 275 sheets, which makes it a better deal for me, because with the Georgia Pacific, which is the one that I showed the first time, I tend to just run through these 150 sheets so quickly. So you figure if I'm spending $5, I might as well just spend the $8 and get the 275 sheets. But man, I'm telling you, this is my everything. So I'm going to show y'all some more examples of what I tend to do with this cardstock. I have some ephemera pieces, and this is how I store all of my ephemera pieces. These are those little containers that you can get from Michael's, and I have the container for them as well. So let me show y'all. This was printed out and cut out on my Cricut maker. I made some ice skate ornaments this year for Christmas, and as you can see, the front of this was printed, but it also has Mod Podge on it. Now this is backed on some craft cardstock, but this is super sturdy, and the ink didn't like give me any issues as far as taking the Mod Podge on it, and it is just, I love it. I love this cardstock. So here's some more examples of printed cardstock paper that I made die cut pieces out of, and again, it's backed. And because the craft is actually thick itself, but the cardstock itself is thick, these make for very sturdy embellishments. I do make my own cardstock and not cardstock, chipboard embellishments out of this as well. So I'll print whatever it is that I want out, and then I'll back it with my Cricut chipboard. But I also use the Silhouette chipboard as well, and I purchased that from Joann's. Here's another one that was printed out and then Mod Podged. And then we just have the regular little ephemera pieces from the collection. So as you can see, this stuff just prints such high quality. Either pack of paper you cannot go wrong with, but my absolute favorite is just the Neenah index cardstock. I absolutely love it so much. Let me see if I have anything else. Actually, I do. You know what? This is another way you can test how good your cardstock is. Now, here are some Flourish sheets of paper that I printed out. Now, this one I printed out, but then I coffee dyed it, and my coffee dyed papers always get put in the oven. And this is what this came out as, because I'm making a whole bunch of junk journals, and I like using these for either inserts or pocket pages or actual covers. And then I also use these for my, like, I like making the junk journals out of the Happy Planner disc, and I like making my inserts out of those as well. So here's another sheet. This looks really bright on camera. I don't know why it focused and got so bright like that, but that's a sheet. Here's another sheet. So as you can see, you can get all of the details that they have, and all of my digital collections are from AC Digitals. I think we all know about that. Snap Click Supply is another website who sells digital collections. And any physical collection that I buy, specifically the crate paper collections, if I buy them, then I also automatically buy the digitals as soon as it comes out, because it just gives me an array of options as far as what I can do with my different like craft and mediums. So hopefully this helps you all. As far as the printers I use, HP is like my favorite brand of computer. So I have HP inkjets. I'm sure everyone knows about that. Everyone's very familiar with the HP instant ink program. If you don't have that, you definitely should. I have multiple printers, so I have multiple subscriptions for it. And especially now that we're doing a whole quarantine, my ink is still being shipped out. I'm not having any delays. I have been having HP printers and inks for I don't even know how many years at this point. I use them for personal, for business, for everything, and I absolutely love them. Mine are not laser printers, they are inkjet printers. So I find that HP is one of those that you get really good prints out of. You don't have to worry about ink quality, because I absolutely hate buying ink. I know there's plenty of other printers and you can buy the extra large ones, but I literally never have to worry about running out, because I always have extra ink laying around, because they ship the ink prior to you even needing it. And also another thing that I like is the little boxes that they send, because I actually reuse the boxes that they give me for storage, so I'll paint them with chalk paint, and I'm actually going to do a tutorial on how I revamp my instant ink boxes. And also they send envelopes so that you can recycle your ink cartridges. So for me, that's just what makes me feel good. I enjoy it, I love it. So that's my cardstock, that's my print, those are the type of printers and the ink program that I use. Now, as far as like normal copier paper, I get that from Sam's Club as well. I will insert a huge a clip of the huge box of printer paper I have, and it is the Members Mark brand. I believe there's about 5,000 sheets in there. You only pay $29.99, I believe, for that. And because I do a lot of junk journals, a lot of printables, to me, $29.99 for 5,000 sheets of printer paper is a steal, because it's really good quality. I use that for my coffee dyed papers that I need a thinner quality, like a thinner piece of paper. So my inserts are coffee dyed with those papers, and I don't have any issues with that paper taking coffee dye. And again, I coffee dye my papers and put them in the oven. I will make sure that I insert a clip of what those look like as well, just in case if you want to know. But as far as my paper supply, that's what I use. Now, colored cardstock is just the normal recollections that you can get from Michaels. There's a plethora of other options as far as colored cardstock goes. There's American Crafts. You can get Crafter's Companion. I actually have a lot of Crafter's Companion orders coming in, but they're really slow right now, so I'll have to share those. Oh, another thing I wanted you all to see is my alcohol inks that I have. I'll do a separate video on that. These are the Spectrum Noir alcohol inks. These are the tri blends. I love these. But another thing I wanted you all to know, when I cut out, like for instance, my Digi stamps, when I do those, and I've already showed y'all how to do this on your Cricut machine, look at the quality of this. This is such a nice thick cardstock. But with my markers, I printed out my like they have the color charts on here. They take the alcohol inks so well, so I also don't have to worry about it. See that? That's what's supposed to happen with an alcohol ink marker. So I do use alcohol inks on the Neenah cardstock as well. And that pretty much sums up what my favorite two types of paper are, especially as far as printables go, because like I said, I do use the Recollections from Michaels, and I love the Recollections paper. They actually came out with some new packs, and I do have some of them. And I just really think that the Neenah cardstock, if you do have a Sam's Club membership, is so worth it. And the Members Mark, if you're into like the coffee dyeing papers, or again, if you do a lot of printables like I do, as far as the junk journals, the digital collections, and so on and so forth goes. So hopefully you got some kind of craftspiration and information out of this. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. As always, and until next time, have a gorgeous day, doll. Smooches. Mwah. Bye.